Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo for the daily live Star Wars Radar talk show. Thank you for joining. I had to ask you one very important question, a question that I can't seem to discover the answer for on my own, myself. Why is Jar Jar trending? Jar Jar has been trending on Twitter for at least a good part of the day, and I don't know why. Why is Jar Jar trending? I have no idea. None whatsoever. If you have a clue, let me know. Because I'm literally clueless as far as Jar Jar trending is concerned. Pardon me, I have a box behind me. This box. I was planning possibly on unboxing the box, or what was in the box, or is in the box. It's probably my last Think Geek haul, since Think Geek is pretty much going out of business, at least as far as the website is concerned. I ended up getting, like, let's see, I got, what did I get? A whole bunch of stuff, 75% off, so awesome. It's really kind of it's the end of an era. And I've talked about this before. The challenge with the internet, yes, is for one, it's constantly growing and evolving, but holding on to a moment in time indefinitely is just not possible. And so the things that we used to enjoy online, we can no longer enjoy, but we can enjoy different things, right? And ThinkGeek was one of those places that, even though you may not have supported them directly all the time, inevitably you wanted to know that they were there. Wasn't it nicer to know that they were there versus not there? And they had plenty of Star Wars stuff. In fact, most of the ThinkGeek stuff that I picked up in later years happened to be Star Wars stuff, typically on sale. I think in the early days there wasn't so much Star Wars stuff as there was in the later days, or years really. But they're going to live on, I guess, in malls. Nowhere near me, unfortunately. But I hope that they can make that succeed, if only because it's just like one of those things you just don't want to see go away, even if you didn't use it all the time, even if you didn't support it all the time. Kind of like Jar Jar Binks and his trending. Can you clue me in, Heath? Jonesy, do you have any idea? I'm like stymied at this I'm more stymied by Jar Jar Binks trending on Twitter today than I am stymied that ThinkGeek is kind of going out of business ish. I say ish because like I said, they're kind of shifting how they're going to do business. So I've got a haul, my final haul of ThinkGeek stuff back here that I'm probably going to do my personal channel, because I did say what again? Which part do you need me to say again? I did another video like the RIP Think Geek, so it may be a good follow up there. The one thing that I think I talked about last week that I got in the Star Wars vintage figure playing cards. Now this is interesting on a couple of levels. Hang on just a second. I got two packs because they're pretty affordable as far as I could tell. There's one of these boxes is pretty dinged up. I don't know why they get so dinged up. There's nothing to it. It's interesting for a few reasons. One, cool vintage figures on cards. And two, as I almost stopped the broadcast by cards. Some of these figures apparently are not complete. And we'll pull them out. We'll flip through the deck. And three, probably most interesting to me, beyond, it's pretty nice to have, vintage figures on playing cards. This is licensed. This is a fully licensed product. You can see the Disney insignia and StarWars.com, Lucasfilm Ltd, standard fare. But I was looking on the around the perimeter to see who publishes this. Cartamundi, I believe, lost the license to playing cards. So I don't know if that means we're going to get new decks, new types of decks out there. I don't think they've given up on the idea of Star Wars playing cards in general, but I certainly hope for more. I don't know if I'd say that there are any vendors who are better than Cartamundi. I'm not a playing card aficionado. That said, we're gonna see how these things look. All right, it's like it's reminding me of like a cigarette pack. Does that not look like the wrapper, the cellophane wrapper on a cigarette pack? Top trumps. Okay, so top trumps is apparently a big thing in the UK. We really don't get top trumps over here. We don't. I thought about picking them up on like one of those geek sites that I've ordered the coins through. They've had Star Wars top trumps there, but just not at a good sale price. And I'm like, I'll wait. I'll wait until they go on sale. But yeah, I would have liked to have picked up a lot of the Star Wars top trumps, but they just don't. They don't make them here in the States. So if I can get this off, really don't want to damage the box any more than it's damaged here. It's just, I mean, it's not horrible. It's a playing card box. It's just a little dinged up there, just tiny little ding. Hang on, just a second. Let me see if I can get this open. No, it just does not want to open. Okay, there we go. Woot. All right, we've got all the cards. So these are, oh, wow. Right out of the box. Okay, this is a ding on a card. So you would know right away the two of diamonds would have this little nick. That's kind of disappointing. Right out of the box. Right out of the case. Okay, so maybe I missed Cardamundi. So we've got a Gonk. We'll start with that and flip through. The Gonk looks like he's in decent shape. Better than my Gonk, that's for sure. All right, so I guess we'll do it over here so we can see. And just kind of flip down. Okay, I guess we'll go back there. Gamorrean Guard with no weapon here. The Joker. A Rancor. Also Joker. Complete, naturally. Vader. Single telescope. No double telescoping Vader. Just single. X-Wing Pilot. Luke. No gun. You can get these now, by the way, online. Star Wars playing cards. I think it's... I don't know if there's any... There's the UPC. If you want to scan it, take a picture there. You have to zoom in a bit. I mean, I could rattle them off, the numbers, but that wouldn't be as easy, I don't think. You got 5 packs and 2 are limited edition. You can always send them. Don't worry about it. I hate taking away from somebody else's collection. Leia, Boosh, no helmet. Interesting, though. Why would they do that? Why would they go through and get the vintage figures but not go complete? Like, there's a Han Solo, Big Head Han. Arguably one of the worst Han Solo figures of all time. I hated Big Head Han. I loved Han Solo as a character, right? But the figure, that first, I didn't even know they had like a small head Han until later years. That's I think that's the one I have in my my definitive collection. Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got a Death Squad Commander, Dengar. Of course, they couldn't put every variant on here. AT-AT Driver. Yay. Klaatu Skiff Guard. See, now it's interesting. Okay, so they gave weapons to some, but not all. So, like, why would they go one way and not go all the way with all these? Ugnaught, without apron, blue or purple. Jawa, not vinyl caped. That's not a surprise, though. They're easy to get for you. You don't mind. They're still in the wrapper's box mint condition. Hey, man, any top trumps I can play with Jedi, I'd be happy. Because the only top trump stuff we've got here were, like, matching game things, tokens. Not the card game. Like, there was a website that had, like, a ton of them for sale. Like, but I just not enough to justify the cost for shipping and handling. Death Star Droid. Complete, because it came with no accessory. R5-D4. I was looking for the bar. Doesn't have the bar. Jar Jar Binks is trending. Oh, because it's his birthday. Ahmed Best's birthday. Okay. That's awesome. Thank you, Heath, for filling me in on that. Because that was just... That makes sense. That I'm happy to hear. Jar Jar Binks Day is today, forevermore Jar Jar Binks Day. Emperor's Royal Guard, one of my favorite Imperials. Luke in Hoth. Regalia uniform. I would say disguise, but not really disguise. And he's definitely beat up. His paint app is pretty decent, but like you can see the slight discoloration in the legs. A very nice Leia, no weapon. Han in Hoth. Han. Admiral Akbar, So most of these don't have weapons. So the only one I guess we've seen is the Han Solo, the original Han. AT-AT Commander, General Veers. Forlom, not Zuckuss. See, these are cool, man. These are wild. So now this is what's interesting. Everything has been vintage. What's up with this modern Biker Scout? That is not a vintage Biker Scout. Absolutely not vintage. I mean, you can tell by the arms, just the fact that they're bent at the elbows and the fact that his legs went that way. Why? It just... I don't understand. I mean, I love them. Thank you. But I don't... I guess I just don't understand. Cloud Car Pilot. Red Snags. Decent paint apps. So these must have been from someone's collection, obviously. But just interesting why the choices that they made. I guess they went mostly non-all weapons, which kind of makes sense. But the fact that they're just not complete is just kind of bizarre, especially for, look, a licensed product. Look, it's got the cane. That's bizarre. You have 20 decks of Star Wars top trumps. That's a lot of top. I had no idea there were that many top trumps. It's the only kind of trump I want to collect. Luke, Farm Boy, Leia Bespin. I had all the figures when I was growing up, but Leia, I never had any of the cloaks for at all. This is one of my favorite Han Solo figures as a kid, the trench coat Han Endor. And look, he's got a weapon. I don't even think that's an accurate weapon. So Han gets the weapons, and the Emperor gets his cane. But there's Lando with his Palace Blaster. Sorry, I'm trying to get it situated just right. Because if I go too close, it'll be too blurry, and you won't get the light. TIE Pilot, one of my favorite Imperial figures growing up. IG-88. Not my favorite bounty hunter. I think it was either Forlom or Zuckuss. I'd say my favorite bounty hunter as a kid. Snowtrooper. Couldn't have enough of those. Only had one. Wicket. 2-1B. Missing his... See? Like, it's just... Why? Like, I get it, but why? Are they trying to make it like these figures were back in our original collection? It must be. That's the only thing I can think of. Because that's how I got 2-1B as well. Let's see here. Hollow Cheek. No. Not a hollow cheek sand person. R2-D2. Simply just the regular one. Yeah, it's just the regular one. Boba Fett. Luke Endor without his poncho. Which, again, commonplace, right? Leia Hoth. Man, the lighting on her is definitely different. Han Bespin. I remember getting the Han and Bespin uniform regalia. I remember getting him and having him on card at one point and opening him. I remember it was a very rainy day. Chewie. Imperial Gunner. Loved that one. Still love that one. Bosk. Not my favorite bounty hunter. Stormtrooper. Never liked the design of this Stormtrooper as a kid. Never did. Of course, if it's Stormtrooper, you can't deny it. It's awesome, but... Ninum. Whoa. This isn't even... Okay, so it's a deck of cards. Oh, yeah. There's no way they could have had all the figures in a deck of cards. 52. So, yeah. Definitely not all the vintage figures. Greedo. Reese. So, I would like to see... personally, I would love to see... like... If it's not playing cards... Then like some kind of trading cards with the vintage figures. I would love to see that. Topps I think would be the one to deliver, but I have not, to my knowledge, those have never been directly produced. I think they did something with their digital series, but I don't think any of the physical cards had necessarily been produced. So there we go. Happy to have these. So if anybody asks me, hey Chris, can we play a game of cards? I'm like, sure. Let me go get my let me get some playing cards here. I'm not sure if we're going to see the vintage action figures on playing cards any other way, personally. Hello, Anime Worldwide LLC. Very good to see you. The UK are lucky in getting rare Star Wars goodies. That's true. Like I said, the top Trump stuff is the kind of stuff that I'd probably flip for. Finding it on sale. I wouldn't spend too much on it. Hey, Ben Cody Kirk. Good to see you over here. Yeah, so I don't have any of the top trumps that I know of. King this close. The only thing that I tend to flip for the international stuff, if I see something international, are like things that I couldn't get here outright, or things that I could justify, like if it was shipping and handling or the price was good. Namely, like those coins being one. The coin advent calendar that turned out not to be the advent calendar because I guess they didn't sell enough of them. They were fantastic. It was like a deal and a half, $20 or something like that. Crazy good deal for Star Wars coins. I mean, not silver or gold or anything, but I could justify that because it was unique enough and I had not seen it over here. But like some of the game things, probably not as much. I couldn't necessarily justify those prices. It just depends. I mean, sometimes there have been some Vader-y things that I couldn't get otherwise. I'm struggling to think like of one particular because it's been a while. And the last thing I got from the UK was were the coins. Ben Cody Kirk. I believe Ben sent. Hang on, I'll point the right there. There's a tin with Vader and troopers on there, still up there, right there. Like right behind or on top of the Funko. The vinyl. Right up there. It's metallic. There are a lot of tins. There've been some tins that are available in the UK, and then I get them here. It's at retail, or they are at retail, but like not exactly a secondhand store, but like a Half Price Books is the name of the chain. And I've picked up some tins only available in the UK there, or at least one tin, a Vader tin that I only found thrifting by luck, and then found it brand new like a month or two later. That was pretty cool. That was really nice. No, Heath, we don't get a lot of Star Wars stamps, which is unfortunate. I do have one, like a launch day Vader. So a lot that's the thing is especially if it's international, I'll wait until they're if I can't find it domestically, and then see is it unique enough that I would really like to have it in my collection, and is it Vader, and usually the Vader's the thing I flip for, and more often than not I find that it's just as easy to go to eBay and get the stuff on eBay as it is to pick it up through a vendor online, because it's not as easy. So I usually find out because it hits my radar, someone mentions it, then I go researching, and then I like eBay, sometimes I'll just go down the rabbit hole like, whoa, they never made that, I never even knew about that in the States, how did I miss that, that's crazy. So sorry, it's been a long day. That was my beverage here. So that honestly that's all that really hit my radar. The Jar Jar Binks, which of course now makes sense because it's Ahmed Best's birthday, and the playing cards. So I'm not sure if anything out there is hit your radar. Anything new, fun, and exciting beyond me having I built the the Emphas Nests. The swoop bikes, did that live briefly on right before the weekend, right after watching Stranger Things. I got sucked into Stranger Things, but I'm all caught up. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna wrap it up a little early. I showed everything that I wanted to show, namely the playing cards, kind of cool. I do have, by the way, I have a ton. I've got to actually, I keep them here. I have a drawer that is like chock full of Star Wars playing cards. Some of them I've opened because they were duplicates, like the character-driven ones. I will never be feature complete. I will never have a complete collection of those. I did talk about Mighty Beans though. I tweeted that link. I took a picture of it. I think Ben, didn't you comment on Facebook too? I have pretty much all of them. I've thought about, because this is like I've picked up a lot of duplicates of the Mighty Beans, the Star Wars Mighty Beans, some of which were not released in the U.S., but I do have a full collection now, and a duplicate collection minus 11 that I've thought about selling to recoup the costs Not sure if I'm the only person into Mighty Beans. Mentioned it a few weeks ago, but that's something that you know of anybody who's into Mighty Beans, just like I'm interested in Mighty Beans. Let me know. They're done with them. I don't think they're ever going to make Star Wars Mighty Beans again. So I'm glad that I got the 104 plus 5 to complete that collection. I did complete that collection. Star Wars playing cards? No. Star Wars Mighty Beans? Yes. I hate starting something and then not being able to finish it. I really do. That drives me nuts. You shipped all the Star Wars treats? Thank you. Hopefully they'll be here soon. I'll have to do the live unboxing. And thank you for keeping your eye out, Ben. I do appreciate it. I always do. Like I said, what hit your radar? You never know. You never know where it's going to lead. You never know what's gonna when one thing is going to lead into something else. I think that's great. It's funny. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's been a long Monday for me here. Heath will keep an eye out for the package as I'm sure it's en route, and hopefully everything will get here in one piece, not several pieces. But thanks once again for tuning in. Thank you for hanging with me ever so briefly, because I would have bored everybody else in this house with showing them playing cards and been like, "Great, Dad, they're playing cards. What am I supposed to do with this?" I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you always.